should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
There are a number of great quarterbacks in the NFL, but I have to believe that the prototype in terms of look has to be Cam Newton. That stature and frame, almost breathtaking when you see him in person. And now he's starting to put it all together with consistency in his game, throwing, running, leading.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Gordon. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete here.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a look at the Chargers starting 11 on defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
What we got? Switch.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. They made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals. To throw is Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dietrich Wise just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it.
Watch the pass.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Dancing to his left. This one caught by Isabella. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Murray going to throw. The quick slant caught. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll try to run this one in, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They were looking to throw, holding on a big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide, usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Now, despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Let's go.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Murray now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask the receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On first down, they run with Howard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Here's Newton. He's got a man. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's airing it out for Williams. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
You ain't doing nothing today.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. First down, Murray. And this one's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray, he'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 60 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
Holding. Defense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Ready? Right to the 3. Ready? Tight end right.
Newton on 1st down. Got his man. It's Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down, L.A. On 1st down, Newton. And that is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Newton. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Cardinals will take over at their 20-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Push him back. Push him back.
Murray now on 1st down. Flush to his right. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Murray, he's used to moving fast in Oklahoma. He'll get his guys up to the line. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Murray. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they can...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Cooper's got it. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one and another first down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
From the gun, Murray. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray, he's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Come on, fellas.
So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring.
And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 18. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they? And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Going deep here for Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. The Chargers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Newton. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off, and he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He's going to have the first down past the 20. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run again with Hunt. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it. Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here we go. A big play and a tight game late. They're going on fourth and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 3. They gave it to him in search of his third touchdown, but he's denied. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. Well, they knew who to turn to on fourth down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy.
And he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. And that disastrous play partner is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is because they give up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. Keeps himself upright, shedding through the defense, eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped and picked up by the Chargers. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Montez Sweat in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down 20-19, 46 seconds to go. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. to throw. He's got him in. Complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Murray. Escaping the pressure right. This one caught by Isabella. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Right back to him on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now they try the right side here. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there with time running out. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
One last throw here for Newton. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Cards, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well.